Man, this sure reminds me of home. I didn't have to worry about a thing. Nothing. My parents did everything for me. God, I've come a long way.
My first memory of home is Sundays after church. And I'd come right when we come in the door. My mom had already cooked the night before, and she had Sunday dinner warming up. And we were like, oh, this is just magical. Absolutely magical. Just the smell of the whole kitchen and all my family there.
In my childhood, at 12, I met a girl. Her name is Rose, and we dated for 5 years. And on May 5th, 1970, we were married. And she's the girl of my dreams, and if I had to do it over again, I'd do it the same way. I wouldn't change a thing.
I was an only child, and I didn't have brothers or sisters. I had to work to help my mom. It was just the two of us that were in the house, because I come from a divorced couple.
When I was growing up in Modesto, when I was a child, I had a wonderful place to live, beautiful home. Both parents worked, wonderful Christmases, great brothers and sisters. The neighbors would look at us and say, hey, tell your mom and dad I said hi. And I'd go, okay. And he would walk down the street and people would say, those are the Joyner kids.
I mean, I had reached the American dream that I was always taught to want. Picket fence, 2-car garage, 2 dogs, 2 cats, a parakeet named Pete. So everything else was the bliss. Waking up to somebody that I really loved, feeling that warmth, just feeling her hair against my face. Just those things were what made it so wonderful. And it didn't seem like I could ask for anything more. And I thought that it would never end.
The future didn't bother me. I was pretty capable, and I had a husband who was beginning his practice, and we were surviving, and we were just too busy with all those children and all those basketball games and everything. I would have always thought I could handle everything, and I kept on thinking that till I was 90.
It was summer of my 14th birthday, and I was waiting to start high school, and my dad started sneaking in my bedroom at night. And from that point, it was no longer a home. It was not a safe dwelling.
Yeah, I raised the children. He worked, but he became an alcoholic, and then that destroyed the marriage. So then I took off by myself with the kids, me and my sons.
At around the age, I think around 23, 24, my sister and I started working for, we started stripping. We were strippers.
When I quit working at 90 a couple of years ago, I thought my Social Security, I just assumed it would cover everything. But then my market price housing was, they raised my rent in 1 month. They were raising it $500. Well, that puts a knock in your Social Security income and everything else, so.
About 13 years ago, yeah, she went for a physical and found out that she had cervical cancer. And a fairly decent world crumble on me. I could have maintained it, but I just didn't know how in the beginning until it was too late.
Well, sometimes I can buy what I want, or I have to ask my sons for them to help me. That's what I don't have enough money to buy what I want, or sometimes even what I need, because I'm a low-income person. So
No, no, never. Never in my wildest dreams coming out of the military would I ever think I was homeless. Never in a million years. I worked jobs. I worked a lot of jobs. And we were living in an apartment at the time, and with the money dwindling, I couldn't afford to pay the rent. We wound up being evicted and wound up in a car for 6 months, homeless. But I took my kids and I put them in friends' houses to make sure they would not have to inhere the difficulties we're going through. There was a point in time we were thinking about killing ourselves because it was that bad.
After all the things that I did, and all the drugs and all the running and all the partying, I found myself in jail. Woke up and I was in jail. I didn't want to make that my home.
We went looking for places to live, and we were told by a friend to go to the housing department. We went to Julian Street down in downtown San Jose, and that's where we filed for the Section 8.
When she passed and I let things go off the deep end, I realized that I needed help. And if it weren't for HUD-VASH, and this is accurate, this is the thing that one of the things I'm most grateful about, I would probably be living in my car or stuck in a homeless shelter.
If I didn't learn about affordable housing, I have a hard time finding an answer. What do? You try to find a little camp someplace, I suppose, or a bedroll, and you sit down in a doorway. I really don't know what I would have done.
Home is not only physical, it can be emotional, and it's internal and external. And Housing Authority has become part of my home, just like the dwelling space that I have and my 6 beautiful daughters and my husband. Home is something sacred. It's a place where you can heal. It's a place where you're allowed to grow and change. And I finally have a home, and that feels good.
affordable housing is important because it gives you a lot of security, happiness, and it helps a lot with the health of the person. It does help.
I'm actually want to say how much I've gotten out of life today, how far I've come, and I'm ready to do more. You know, one thing I really want to do, and I'm going to tell myself that I will do, is that one of these days I'm going to give back my housing voucher to somebody who really, really will be glad to have it and honor and cherish it like I do to own my own home. And I'm working for that now, and I'm going to do it.
Oh, it makes all the difference in the world. You don't worry all the time. You know, what you do, you have a home. And someone has said it's dependable and you're going to continue to have it. It's the best feeling in the world. We need affordable housing. How can we exist otherwise? I mean, how can you exist when you're homeless? That's your question, right? How can you exist?